Get everything set here. Says I'm live, but let me make sure it's muted on the one side. Gotta wait for that delay. It still hadn't started, but it will. Slow, isn't it? I see Carol. Hi, Carol. Well, is it gonna go? There it is.
Cody Yellowstone.
Okay, got that muted now. Now I'm here. I'm just me and Carol. I think's the only ones here right now. Carol, how's your day been? Mine, I can't. I've just had a day. not a bad day, just a day. When y'all all get in here and go to chatting, I'm going to pick that heart bar jello back up and work some more on it. I did hurt myself today, though. I've got a Band-Aid. Got a Band-Aid on my arm. Nice sunny day, Carol says. It was pretty warm. And hello, Karen Evans. How are you tonight? Oh, and there's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Oh, Rhonda's here. Y'all are coming in. Slowly but surely. Kim Burris. Hi, Kim Burris. And I posted the link. I surely want somebody up here on the panel with me. Last night, I had to stay up here about an hour by myself. So even if you got your jammies on, come on up. And there's Deb. Hi, Deb. Hi, Denise Sopatch. Mary Webb, hello. Oh, y'all are coming. 17 now. But nobody in the basement yet. I just set this up a few minutes ago. I'm telling, it's my husband's fault because he was late coming in tonight, and I had to get him taken care of before I could plan on this thing. So we'll just blame him. Cindy had a birthday party last night, and you're here now. Hello to Janice Miller. There's Deborah. Deborah says, hey, Rita, been missing you. No powers. Have you got power back on now, Deborah? I'll read a few more of these. 24 now. Kim's been cleaning all day. She's pooped. I put a quilt on the long arm. It's pretty, too. And I quilted a couple of runs on it. And then it was late evening, so I come to the house. I thought my husband was going to be here to eat supper early, but he wasn't. He was out busy. Well, all right. I don't have much to talk about. Hey, Lynn. There's Lynn. Jane Martin. Just me here by myself. And my quilt is right where I left it last night. I think I put it right there last night. What did we have for dinner? Well, you know what we had for dinner? We had a pot of whippoorwill peas and cornbread. We really did. And corn. And it was awful simple, but it was pretty good. And Pansy says she's totally relaxing tonight. Are you all in your jammies ready for bed and relaxing, Pansy? I'll say Lynn says I was a wonderful mother-in-law and you cooked dinner. And Kim says the office set up a date to have my carpets cleaned. The guy will be here Wednesday morning. Some of y'all probably know what whippoorwill peas are because Cindy said that sounds good. There's Marley. That's Marlene. You're early tonight. I'm glad. I felt bad like when I left you last night. So, but it,
That's okay.
but it was just time to wind down for the evening last night.
I was ready too.
Uh, and I'm still reading some of these comments. Cindy, I'm going to a friend's house for chicken pot pie, salad, and brownies for dessert. That sounds good.
You guys were talking about such good food yesterday. I made a chicken and biscuits casserole today.
Oh, that
So,
sounds good.
yeah, that went over big.
Yeah. Lynn's car is fixed, and they're saying hi to Marlene now. They're saying
Hi.
hi to you, Marlene.
Hi, Lynn. Hi, Mary. Hi, Debs. The Pug Mama Quilter. Hot diggity.
That's a different name, isn't it? Have you met Deb? Have you seen Deb?
Yeah.
She goes on a lot of other people's lives. So.
Oh, hi, Deb. Hi, Jane. Yes, my son got here. He flew in, and my husband and I were there with bells on in the pouring rain to pick him up. And he got here and he said, I'm so happy to see all these green trees and everything is green. Because California is brown, there's no
Wow.
rain, it's, very hot, dry,
Mm-hmm.
musky smelling because it doesn't get any rain to rinse the air. And it when after a new rain, it does smell crisp.
Uh-huh. Lynn made a German dish and
What
paint.
German dish did you make, Lynn? Pot of beans. Boy, my husband loves beans. Boy, his favorite is lentils. Now, do you grow lentils in Arkansas?
I don't, and we're not. Lentils is not something we're real familiar with. I mean, I don't know hardly how to fix them because it's not like these plain old beans we have.
Lentils last forever and dry, and I think that they grow them in Montana in must be high desert, eastern Washington.
Okay. There's Irene. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Now, was you born and raised in Oregon, or did you come from the U.S.? Okay, you might have told me that already, but I forgot. So.
Yeah, I think it was the greats that came over and homesteaded.
Oh, okay. So you
So
can
they
know.
were intrepid people. I don't know how they did it, really.
I know. Wouldn't that be awful going across the country in them wagons like they had to?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom told me that when they cleared, they were clearing some land of trees when she was a little girl, and they found all kinds of artifacts, Indian uh, arrowheads and pots and things.
Oh, that'd be something. Yeah. Because I still look for arrowheads in that little creek near here, but it's all dried up. But I've kind of walked the dried areas thinking there might be something that I would see now, but usually it's after a rain, things kind of wash in or something. It seems like a heavy rain, but
I was just watching a channel from Moscow, Idaho, and they're having such fires up there. It was a live sale of some sort, and she said, "Oh, I've got to shut down my sale and go home and make sure my livestock is safe."
wow.
So
Hi, Kathleen.
I forgot you started at 5 o'clock out here.
And I just start whenever I start usually, and it's
Usually you start about 7, don't you?
7:30 or 8 usually. There's been a time or two I started at 7, but usually it's a little later.
Well, I got one of those blocks done today that I showed you last night.
Yes, let's see your block.
Well, I hung it on the wall. Just a minute, I'll
Oh,
get it.
okay. And Lynn says, I don't know the name, and I was told it's German. It's cube steak fried. Leave the drippings, add onion and sliced potatoes and Worcestershire. Add water and put the meat back on top, and it makes a gravy.
Sounds lovely.
It does.
This is what I made.
Oh, how pretty is that? Let's make you big so everybody can see that. And look how, let me inspect your points.
Okay, get in there close. I think I got them all in there this time.
They look good. They do. They look really good.
This is with a bunch of fabric I bought in a bundle. I want to say Anka's Treasures, Market Street, Anka's Treasures.
Okay. And hello to Sarah. And let me see. Let me read the.
Thanks, Mary.
And I missed that comment about lentils. Let me see if I can go back up.
Oh yeah.
I can't see it. I can't make it move. But that is a pretty block, they're saying. And it is.
Well, I've got 3 done now of the.
Are they going to be all different colors or all the same kind of? How they?
I'm using the 6 1-yard cuts of a family of colors. I'll get them.
And that's right. The next box is going to be different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's Karen, 2 babies and 4 grands. What? Isn't that a pretty block, Karen? And there's Joanna.
This one.
Yes. Oh, I like that one too.
And then this one. So I made 2 of them last month, and now I'm making, I told you I'm making these block of the months. Well, I bought all the parts and pieces. I'm not paying that monthly fee, but I'm working on them every month.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Anybody else that wants to come up on the panel, we'll let them up here, won't we, Marlene?
Oh, please do jump in here.
I think it's fun when we got a whole bunch up here. It just makes it more fun.
Yeah.
And there's Becky. Becky says she's working on a disappearing 4 patch, and Karen's asking you what size are they? They look huge. They looked about 16, didn't they?
I think they are, Rita. It says here. Well, let me read in the book. I think there's 16 and a half. Yes, 16 and a half. And there's 20. Huh. There's 2 a month for.
That's going to be a big quilt.
It's supposed to be, I think. Well, I knew when I started it. I think it's a bed size, like a king or queen.
Okay. And hi to Marilyn. And Marilyn, I don't know where your brother Randy is.
Thank you, Cheryl.
They're the ones that pick at each other, Marilyn and Randy.
So really?
Yeah. Well, you've seen them. They pick at each other all the time. Oh, there he is. There he is, Marilyn. We found him.
I got to scroll up here so I can pay attention to what you guys are talking about.
And Linda's Trendy Threads, new subscriber here. Hello, everyone. Well, hello, Linda. Y'all welcome in, Linda.
Welcome, Linda.
Yeah.
Linda's Trendy Threads. Oh, that's a neat name.
That sounds like a new channel. We'll have to get Randy to post it because you sound like you've got a channel. Well, Marlene, I'm going to let you read the chat, and I'm going to pick up this binding, okay?
Okay. Lynn says, I received a quilt today. She started it at 8 years ago, and it has a picture of her daughter and hubby when they were first married with State Park blocks.
Wow.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And Linda said, just started one today. And Cheryl's finished a quilt top today using 4-inch squares and sashing and cornerstones. Simple design, but time consuming. Got to send us all a picture. And hi, Randy from Lynn. I need to get a plug-in for my phone, my computer. Hold on just a second.
Okay, we'll be here when you get back. We won't go nowhere. We call them plugger uppers. I do anyway. I guess they're chargers, but I just say plugger uppers.
I don't know how I'm having this much trouble, but don't have my glasses on.
Randy says,
Oh,
there comes
and
Joe.
then let's see. R.E. Is that Randy?
That's Randy. Yeah, that's Randy.
Okay. Oh, hey, Joanna.
Hello, how are y'all tonight?
Good, thanks.
Randy's in the house. I want to tell y'all something.
Okay.
I've had a hard couple of days and I was feeling a little discouraged trying to figure out my first video, and I got this little green package in the mail.
You did, didn't you?
I did.
Wonder who
Wonder
sent
who
that.
and how it could be perfect timing. Hi, Kim. Evening, Kim. But I opened it. I just finished making some homemade chicken salad, and guess what?
What?
I got this beautiful card.
Oh, cute.
And it was from Miss Rita congratulating me on my new channel. And Mona sent me her prize for getting
She did. Mona asked me to send it to you. Yeah.
For getting
that's
the
what
subscribers. And I was evening, Cheryl. Mona did it. Mona did what? And it's full of all kinds of cool little goodies, and it just was what I needed. And I thought, and I did check before I get into the box. I did check, Miss Rita, and my lives are unlocked. But then they said I had to verify to make sure I wasn't a robot. So within the next 24 hours, they're gonna let me. Yeah, Gigi, it was. I mean, couldn't have been. And she packed a really nice little box. I mean, look at these. And these little mice.
I love those mice.
Aren't these mice cool? And then
nobody's buying that stuff, so I'm giving it away.
Oh, I love my mice you sent me.
Hey, I bought them because I thought they were cute.
These are adorable.
I'm gonna put them on something.
I gotta go digging on your channel. And then she sent me one of her mama's pin cushions.
Yes.
Oh.
So that will go by my sewing machine.
What does it look like?
It's a little hat. It's like a southern hat.
Like a Red Hat Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, she does it in all different colors, but it's just like a little southern hat. And this one just happened to be in red. And
very cute.
A little mug. Set a pot holder, a mug, but anyway, it'll go.
Yeah, Mama made that too. So
yeah, so that makes it really special. It's so like the box that keeps on giving, and then there's just some black charm squares with. And
nice!
Really cool. Look at these cool scissors.
Those are cute.
I mean, Miss Rita knows how to pack a nice little box.
It was just odds and ends little stuff, but
and flowers. I have some flowers and I can plant them out in the garden, which will be nice because somebody put an ugly fence up instead of mine. And then a nice pattern.
That's nice.
So it was just a wonderful blessing because, like I said, I was. So I had thought about doing it as my first live unboxing, but then Miss Rita popped up and I thought, I just need to share because. And I wish Mona would pop up because I really want to thank her because I was not expecting this at all. And I love the mice, so I may end up getting more mice fabric.
Okay.
I
I
hadn't, I
can
had, I honestly hadn't seen the mice, but they're so cute. Are those the mice that you caught in by your freezer? Remember you were trying to catch mice?
yes, I did. That was several months ago, but yeah, I had some mice in the house. Yeah.
And I was wondering if those are the mice you caught in fabric. But thank you very much, Rita and Mona. That was
Very
incredible.
sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah. But
Hey Wayne, hey Charlotte. I'm
Hi.
seeing you guys' name over there.
I'm supposed to
within
be reading these things. Sorry.
It's
within
it's
24
okay.
hours, I will be able to go live stream.
Okay.
And if I hadn't had some interruptions yesterday and my body wasn't cooperating today, I would have had an angel something up today, but didn't make it there. Maybe later tonight when I can't sleep.
Oh, Randy
Yeah,
wanted you to
never
get a
know.
real mouse.
A real mouse.
No,
Next
no.
time I'll put one in that box and close it up and send it in the mail. I'll send Randy a
I
real mouse.
think it needs to be sent to Randy. I will tell you that Deb brought some stuff home from her mom's garage, and we did not know that there was a rat in it. And it wreaked havoc before we could catch it. And then it got in here, in my fabric. So yeah, no,
Oh,
don't ever
that'd
want to
make
do
me
that
sick.
again. Yeah.
We
And
cut up.
the thing was I had a stack like this over here, and it went straight for the premium and did a hole. It did a hole on the inside, so when you opened it up, there was a hole like this and like 5 pieces of premium fabric, but it left the Walmart fabric and whatever else was over there alone. I guess it was a rat with taste, but my dogs caught it
Hi, Charlotte.
when nothing else worked.
Hi,
So
Kim.
no mice, no, none of those, no. Evening, Mary and Wayne.
Rita, is your mom still alive then?
She is. She's 89 and she was 89 in April. So she's about 89 and a half. She is. She's pretty spry for an 89-year-old. Still lives by herself.
That is wonderful.
Not too far from us, and we hear from her all the time to make sure everything's okay. You know, all the time during the day. You know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Evening, Charlotte. Denise, what kind of video? Well, I know you guys want gnomes and you want key fobs and you want
And she
kitchen
was
towels.
watching. She was watching this last night, Marlene. But tonight she watches the live stream of the local football because she got grandkids that's playing football. So she's watching football tonight. I can almost guarantee it.
Oh, that's more important.
But last night
Denise,
she said I watched y'all till I couldn't stay awake any longer. So, last night, but anyway.
And Denise, currently I'm working on Angels and people want to see me. So it'll be one of those 4. Or a live stream. That's my first.
Well, Deborah and I think that you're blessed to have your mom, Rita.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she is.
I think mine's been gone up, I think about 10 years now.
92, Charlotte. Charlotte's mom's going to be 92 on April 28th.
Fabulous.
April 28th.
But thank you very much, Miss Rita, for everything and for the encouragement. And kind of figuring out how to do things here. And I guess God said you've been thinking about it for 2 years. Your thinking's done. Get off the ball.
Well, let's see. Randy put in something, but I can't. It's a website,
Sarah.
huh?
Sarah Stitches.
Yeah.
Sarah Stitches. I'm sorry, Deborah. Deb lost her mom 22 years ago.
Yeah.
I lost my mom 4 years ago, and I'm sorry, but it wasn't a big loss.
Well, I had
But I know for a lot of people it is.
amazing folks. They weren't perfect, but I had my father till he was 98. He did really well.
Wow.
I
He was
wish
one of,
I would have had my pop longer.
yeah, was really wonderful to have him around for the kids to see as they were becoming teenagers.
Hush, Randy. Mary's right. Randy says Rita needs to stop encouraging people. You hush, Randy.
I know, Randy, they're going to take all my time away, ain't they?
Oh, well, no, I
take
wouldn't.
take all my subscribers, and nobody will be over here watching me anymore. So,
Oh, that'll never happen, Miss Rita. You're stuck with me. I'd just work it around.
Yeah, this is there's lots of us that are just home, who don't have 52 things to accomplish every night. We need to have something fun to do that doesn't involve money and spending and going somewhere. And it's nice
yeah.
to socialize with people who are crafty, and Rita brings us all together as a quarterback.
She does. Like she's like the mother hen,
Yes.
and
Cluck, cluck.
take care. So Charlotte's mom's gonna be 92, and she says that she's still hand quilting.
Wow.
I was looking here, and I lost the second part of it when I was looking up.
Now, my mama used to quilt with the church group, and I bet you if they were still living, that she'd be up there quilting with them, but not at home on her own. So
Sarah says her mother-in-law in Ocala, Florida, will be 89. She drives and she plays cars with a group. She's very active. I'm sorry, Kim. Kim's mother's been gone 9. Gigi says I lost my mom a little over a year ago, and I've been lost ever since. I miss her so much. Denise says if you had good parents, count your blessing. Oh yeah, Charlotte says yes, and still living alone, and still quilting by hand. Her dad died in 2016. Hello, Davin.
Randy, you talking about me? I'm a pot stirrer.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like me and some people don't, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But anyway.
Oh, Rita, my son told me that he and his fiance sat down and watched you look at your husband's rocks collection.
Okay.
And I said, "No, you watched that whole thing?" And he said, "Yeah, it was sort of funny. We were enjoying it." Your friend, he says your friend would ask her husband about his rock, and he'd say, "Well, it's a rock."
I'm surprised I got him to do that much. He hides from my camera and scolds me if I try to get him on camera too much.
Well, so would mine.
But he's proud of them rocks, so to speak. But
are some of them geodes?
No, they were the arrowheads. Is what they were. Arrowheads.
Arrowheads.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that one.
Denise says, I won't leave Miss Rita. Been here a long time. I may not quilt, but I learn a lot.
Oh yeah, I know. You've been my friend on Facebook for a long time. We just met through social media and been friends for a long time.
And then says, I look forward to Rita.
Not even local, because she's way up north and I'm down here in the south. But
and then says, I look forward to Rita's hen slumber parties.
I was wondering, does anyone here play the accordion?
No.
My sister-in-law just picked that up as an instrument to have fun with, and she's trying to talk me into joining her in her Bavarian accordion group.
Do you play anything? Do you play
I
it?
play the piano and the saxophone, but I don't play the accordion. But I figure I could play the keys like a piano.
Well,
Well, if you play the
when you
piano in this
when
house,
you pick it up, you
always
come
pick
on
it
here
up.
and play for us, okay?
Yeah, after if I do, and if I do well enough to, yeah, maybe that we would get a big hoot out of that one.
We'll let
It'll
you we'll let you practice on us. We'll listen and we'll critique you. So
mhm.
Thank you.
It'll be
go back and
accordion to
practice some more.
Maryland.
You go away and practice a little more, and then come back.
It'll be accordion to Maryland.
Oh,
Oh, you
Um,
should play. You should play for us. I don't think she's got it yet, Randy. You don't have it yet, do you? You
no.
have it? Oh,
No, I played my sister-in-law's accordion. She joined a group of people and she drives an hour a week to go play accordion music with them. But this is a group that like has 50 or 100 people in it, and they go to all these Bavarian events up in this area. Big on the Bavarian stuff up here in the Northwest.
mhm.
okay. Huh.
Like we have a huge Bavarian Oktoberfest that just happened here. I guess we pull in people from all over the Northwest to it. And then they
I,
have that place in Washington called, well, I'll think of it later. But they're a year-round Bavarian Christmas place.
okay. I always thought it would be fun to square dance, but that was 40 years ago. I'm too old now. Couldn't do it now. But I always
Well,
thought it'd be fun. So
if you did it slow enough, you might enjoy it as exercise.
maybe a group my age square dancing. That'd be
Exactly.
not be slow. Yeah.
So Lynn says, Rita, many traits you have are similar to my grandma's. And Cheryl says to Randy, don't change, Randy. We love you the way you are. And Lynn says, my sister did. It's beautiful.
Your sister
They,
did? Your
Play
sister played the accordion, Lynn?
and then said, my grandma locked me in the bathroom when I first started the violin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought all of our 4 kids up on violin and lots of screech, 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 screech.
I played the trumpet, the drums, the piano, the auto harp, and the guitar. But I haven't
Ooh, an
played in
auto
years.
harp. That's neat.
I haven't
Yeah.
played in years.
Yeah, I
and years.
always wanted one of them because of Granny Clampett. So serious. Oh,
Charlotte wants to know, are you in Oregon?
Yes. Yes, um I'm in the Willamette Valley where it's green year round.
Oh, it's beautiful in Willamette
Fir
Valley.
trees everywhere. Because Rita, when I was looking at the pictures of your creek in your backyard, I was thinking there's no fir trees. Those are all deciduous trees. You know, I was looking at the photos and watching through there.
mhm.
So yeah, we're heavy on fir trees up here.
Oh, we've got some cedar and pine trees, which are green all the time, but most of them are, like I said, hardwood. So
Mm-hmm.
Denise learned a square dance in middle school. I did some square dancing in high
Oh, that'd
school.
be
Not
fun.
much. Not one-legged.
Leavenworth, that's the name of the place. Thanks, Karen.
Leavenworth, Kansas.
Leavenworth, Washington is a little town that is everything about it is like a Christmas theme, and I believe Bavarian, and people dress up in costume and act this way all year long.
hmm.
And it's super big at Christmas time, and they would love to have snow if they could, but they rarely actually have snow for those sleigh rides. And Lynn says Peggy wouldn't let me touch her
My
accordion.
friend
Grandma
lives in
kept us
Dallas,
busy.
Oregon.
Kept us busy with music and work.
That's what we focused on for our children, is they all were on instruments and singing. And we have a set of twins, and when they were about, I'd say 10, their friend was a singer, and the daddy was a coach, and so they had 4 little girls, and they'd travel around and sing at little churches and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was
That's
wonderful fun to drag all their stuff around and make sure they were all in the right costumes and stuff. And then they'd get up and speak and sing, and we did our best trying to help them have stage presence, be able to speak to people.
Those are great life skills to give children.
Well, we sure worked hard on it, but we got some shy adult children. I think 2 of them are outgoing and 2 are somewhat shyer, more shy.
And Randy, I see that. It says, Rita, the ladies are reading, so get to work. I'm working. I actually turned a corner.
Oh,
So
good.
that means I've got 2 sides done. 2 more to go.
My friend lives in Dallas, Oregon.
Dallas, Oregon? That's really close.
And I've spent a lot of time with her when she was living in Salem. I would come up often. So I know the area.
Oh,
I've been
Marlene,
there
you're
since-
going to have to hold your blocks back up. Charlotte's
Yeah.
asking if you quit.
I'll have to, hey, Charlotte, this is what I'm working on is this, I'm working that book. I got it on sale, of course. And I'm doing these.
And let me tell you, Charlotte, she's sent one to me that I've quilted for and sent back already. So yeah. She's done a lot of quilts.
I'm doing this. This is the pineapple one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I love these fabrics. And then this one is called, well, I have to look it up. But I liked it because it was unique. I haven't seen that one before, I don't think. And then I just finished this one today.
Oh.
But these are all big 16-inch ones. And what's the name of that one I was trying to think of? It was called the Puzzle Star. I liked that one. So I'm working on them, trying to do 2 of those every month, whether it kills me or not. So I'm going to do that.
Kim says, I never did get my needle and rotary blade changed, and that'll be tomorrow. Oh, you want? Normally I have no problem changing my rotary blade, and I moved it wrong and the spring snapped, and then I was putting it on and the spring shot across the rim. She
is precise. Those points are perfect. You're talking about main blocks. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I wasn't very precise the first 4, 5, 6 years, but I'm slightly getting better, I guess, as I go.
And she's
Charlotte
asking
wants
who
to know who wrote the book.
Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree and Company.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right.
And I think it's a Christmas quilt, but I said it doesn't matter. I have pinks and greens, and I'll put pinks and greens together instead.
Mm-hmm.
But it just goes through, each block has its own directions, and then at the end it shows you how to put it all together, you know. But the blocks are 16 and a half, and there's 20 blocks.
Oh, that's going to be a good size.
That'll be a good size.
Good night, Kim. You sleep well and have a good night.
Good night, Kim.
And hey, J Mary, come in. Hey, J Mary and Kelly.
Hey, J Mary.
Whoever else I might have missed.
Why don't I hop over and get the spring? If I could find it, I would. Unfortunately, I had a spare one in the drawer, and I got it all put back together again. And then it was not cutting right, and I realized that there was 2 blades in the pack instead of 1, and I put both blades in the rotary cutter. It was a mess yesterday.
Oh,
but
boy.
I have not found the spring. It went boing. And fortunately, I had remnants of a repair kit that I had bought on clearance before I got the rotary cutter, so I was able to fix it, but I didn't realize that one package had 2 in it. So
Lynn,
I'd hop over there if I could.
Lynn, you said, what's the name again? Do you mean the name of the book?
Yeah, I think that's what she meant. Yeah.
It's called Christmas Figs by Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree and Company. It's a block of the month sampler quilt and other projects. But I'm thinking it was last year's book because Otherwise, it wouldn't have been on sale yet.
You know, Randy, I have hound dogs and they're scent dogs, and they haven't found the spring yet. I doubt a trained mouse could find it. It'll show up. Just one day it'll be there.
This book is from 2018, so it's pretty old, but I just recently got it.
Well, Joanna Figueroa, she does some really nice work. She puts out some nice fabric. She makes, from what I understand, she makes a nice monthly box. I don't get into that, but I know some friends who have talked about the box she curates and how special it is.
What's the name of it? Because I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, now you're gonna have to. I'll have to think about it. But
she designs fabrics for Moda, though, doesn't she?
Well, that's what I thought she did. Designed for somebody. Is it Moda?
Tree and Company. Yeah, Big Tree and Company's Moda, I think.
It's So Emma Patterns. So that's a fat quarter thing. It's So Emma, huh?
Not necessarily. She has all kinds of books. So Emma has a lot of good, easy to use pattern books, and maybe a lot of them are based on. A lot of them are based on fat quarters. I just know that I've seen everything from toes. She did do a series of fat quarter 1, 2, or 3. Let me go see my Alzheimer's dog is barking.
That's Lori. Charlotte says that's Lori Holt.
What?
I don't know. I thought.
Yeah, I think that it says here on the inside of the book, copyright 2018 Fat Quarter Shop LLC, but it also says to get it, you go to www.figtree quilts.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so it must be a collaboration between the two.
Maybe if you go to Fig Tree Quilts, you'll see the box. My friend I've seen a couple people talk about. I watch so many different things.
But
so Randy, do you do lives too then? Randy R.E. Smith?
Randy does. He's a truck driver and he does his lives driving across the country. So we get to see new country sometimes when we ride with Randy. So.
Yeah. So
what was that? Fig Tree Quilting.
So that's the project I'm working on this time. Next week, I'm going to work on the my animal quilt with the farm animals. But when it gets to be sort of, well, it's only 6 o'clock here, but when it gets later in the day, it's hard for me to cut the squares the exact shape they're supposed to be. I do better at cutting at 6 a.m.
In daylight, it's a whole lot easier since we're older to work when the light's good and bright too.
Well, yeah, that's what I got all this light on me. I invested in a light so I can see what the heck I'm doing.
Let's see. Sarah plays the guitar.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sarah.
Oh, but that's right. Her daddy was the one that played for the Grand Ole Opry. Isn't that right? Yeah, we talked about that last night.
Oh, that's nice.
Right. Was you here when we talked about that? I think you were.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. He played a lot of music. Lesson 5 minutes. I don't mind. J. Mary, she's reading about featherweights.
Yeah. I noticed that featherweights are all excited. People are all excited about them. Why is that? Just because they're antiques?
I just like sewing on mine.
You have a featherweight too?
I have 2 of them. So.
Oh, okay.
Mona, Carolina, and Maybelline. I don't know.
Well, those are good names.
I have one. And I'm about to get a 1901 mint condition hand crank
That's neat.
that has a specially carved wooden box. It's like a featherweight, but it's a hand crank because it comes in this. This lady says she wants me to have it, and so we're working on a pickup time.
Wow.
I'll give her something for it, but
Randy
I
says
never
somebody's
intend
got a
on it.
halo above them. Who's got the halo?
I'll bet it's me with this light.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I want a halo.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this one off.
Phone all designed.
No. Yeah.
Yes, all you
It's
have to do
slightly
is
better.
big tree quilts, is what Charlotte says.
So what do you like about a featherweight more than a modern one?
What do I like about it? It just makes a pretty stitch, a straight stitch, and all it does is it's just a straight stitch.
So it doesn't ball up as much with the threads and the bobbins and stuff?
Not for me, but I've always held the threads or used a leader and an ender, or some people don't, but
Yeah, whenever I don't, then I have a ball up.
because here's this one is Maybelline. See,
Oh, it is tiny.
it is. And a lot of people use them for the quilt retreats and stuff because they're not heavy. So, it's just, it's got a little weight, but not too big to lug around.
And all the parts are metal and they're not going to break.
Break, yeah. Yep.
Oh, this comment from Denise is, Rita, you're already an angel. You don't have to worry about wanting to be one.
Oh.
It's called Little Box of Figs.
What?
That's their subscription for 2024 was called.
It's so
Little
cute.
Box
It's
of
little
Figs.
and it sounds so sweet when it runs. You have to name them too. So that's what Jane Martin
Little
said.
box of figs. A little box of figs.
That was the 2023. They called it Little Box of Figs.
I watch all of these sites that do unboxings and they always do the same 6 or 7 boxes. But I think they ought to try this little box of figs and try that one.
Yeah, that's what this says. It has 4 quarterly boxes: April, July, October, and January. And each box is an ensemble of goodies, and we try and include a new and different variety of products every time. So April, summer; July is autumnal; Halloween; October is Christmas; and January is spring.
Do you have any of the subscriptions and stuff like that, Marlene? Do you subscribe to any of them things?
Not right now. Last year I did. I subscribed to the Fat Quarter Shop for about 5 or 6 months 2 years ago, and then I subscribed to the Pastry Shop box. I like that one the most. And then there was a lady that went out of business. I got 2 boxes from her. And then I tried. I didn't have more than one a month, but I'd try a couple of months and then I'd try a different one,
Yeah.
And let's see, I've made quite a few throw size quilts from those boxes.
So this one's different. It's
Hey,
4 boxes a year, and and from what I've seen of people that open them, they say that they're that Joanna Figueroa carefully curates what goes in them, and they look like she does a really nice. And you can actually buy, if there's any left over, you can buy a box that's left over and see what the subscription's like.
Well, maybe I'll do something like that next year. I'll keep that on my little book here.
Yeah. So like if you just wanted to check out and see what it might be like, she may have some left over from, you know, in October when she sends out her box. If she has any extras, they'll throw them up for sale, and you can buy just that box for a little bit more
Okay.
than it would be
Yeah.
for the subscription, and then you don't have to sign up to know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you just
Yes,
want
I
to try
do.
one and see if you'd like the subscription before you get totally in on it.
The only thing I subscribed to this year is or this last 6 months is I started with cotton cuts for their mystery block. And so I'm putting that one together. And so I'm on month 3.
Marilyn, are we ignoring
Hi,
Randy?
Marilyn.
Um, I don't know how much they are.
Hello, Daisy Mae.
I don't know how much they are, Lynn. It just took me a bit to find out what the name of them was for Maryland, because I read a lot, I watch a lot, I work on a lot of things. I take care of my sister and myself, so there are things that come in my brain and stick, and it's scary. what might come out. I went by Joanne's last night because I had to run into my town for my sister, and I walked out with almost 45 yards of free fabric.
How'd that happen?
Well, I was looking for just a couple purples for my purple angels that I'm working on, and they had a box that they used to use for Project Linus, and it had a bunch of fabric in it that didn't have the cardboard bolts. And I asked the fella behind the counter, I said, "Why are all these bolts done in this box?" I said, "I know they're not doing the blanket deliveries anymore." So he called the other lady, and she says, "Well, they're dead stock to be thrown away." And he looked at me and he said, "Take what you want." And I'm like,
Wow.
so like, okay, like, and these will be for like charity quilts or something, but like this is like 11 yards of Captain
Wow.
America. There's Mandalorian. This one's almost a full bolt of Christmas ornaments.
You did a good job, Joanne.
And then this I grabbed. This is 100% cotton jersey knit, which works great for making, shorts and things like that. And I don't care. I like the Star of David, and I'll wear them. And that's a full bolt. And then I got just some little like half pieces. I got this jersey knit just because it was cute with the bears and the puppies.
Very cute.
But the rest was The Office, which I never watched that show, and there was one partial bolt of Pink Floyd. I never listened to him, but that's about all I could carry under my arm across the street with 2 crutches. But and I figured I told people, if you need some for quilts or something, just let me know. I just was like, dang, I'm glad I asked what all these cardboardless bolts were doing in the box. And he said, dig through and take what you want. I'm going to go finish cleaning up and closing up. And I'm like, don't tell me twice.
Fabulous. Wonderful job, Joanne. Hey, Lynn, I see Lynn is saying that she gets the Sew Sampler free, that a friend sends it to you. What a lovely friend.
Yeah. Yeah. I got one subscription box for 1 year, and I've not done it again.
Which one was it?
It was the So Yeah Friends box. I had
Oh,
never
yeah.
gotten a subscription box before, and I liked the idea of what they were doing. They were doing Friends of the Industry. So they were introducing you to people from some of their fabric salespeople to designers to pattern designers, and having them pick out fabric. And so you got introduced to a lot of people that worked in the industry. And then this year they were going to do pre-cuts, but it looked like most of them were going to be jelly roll, and it was a little tad expensive. So I just didn't do any this year. But it was a decent box last year. I heard their first box was like this. And last year's everybody likes, and I haven't seen anything about this year's. And I've looked and thought about some other subscription boxes, but I got enough to do around here without getting other ideas. Beck Vera says, I have you on my television, so I'm just listening. Give a thumbs up for Rita. Do not climb up there and knock all this fabric down, son.
And Lynn says she likes that fabric, but she personally wouldn't buy it.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it, especially this a lot of this is the specialty fabric. So, the Captain Marvel, the Mandalorian, you're gonna pay more because it's character. And these little guys, I wouldn't. But if it's free and I can make charity quilts or give it to friends who will use it, then I'll spread the wealth instead of it going, somewhere else.
Absolutely. Good job. So Lynn, you didn't think that you'd buy the fabric boxes when you get them? What part about it do you like the most?
Randy.
Yeah, Joanna, she meant the Sew Sampler box.
Oops.
Well, I had no idea that there's a Figueroa box. That's interesting.
Randy was saying something about Becky having to hear me in the big screen. He was saying, sorry, Becky, you're having to hear Joanna in the big screen. And that's why I said, Randy.
Oh, yeah, he said, find the mute button.
I love you too, Randy. Yeah.
But sometimes, Randy, I want to say hi to somebody, and Joanna just keeps going.
I've told you, Miss Rita,
and I have to interrupt her and just talk over her because she don't know. Sometimes she'll get on the subject and don't slow down. So,
Yep.
totally off topic, but I have a question. I am making my first quilt with a minky backing. Do I also need batting?
Not necessarily. Depends on how thick you want it to be. What do you think, Rita?
I've never put minky on one, so I don't know. I don't even have an opinion. So what? So you don't think you'd have to put a batting with the minky?
Well, I've made quilts and put not a minky backing because that was at the time it was too expensive. I bought a super fluffy fleece blanket on a post-Christmas sale and used it as a backing on a quilt. And people liked that I gave it to because it was cozy on a cold winter wet Oregon night with the fireplace going,
Yeah.
cozy. And that's more cozy than a fabric backing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I would think I didn't always put well,
Let's see. And Charlotte says she's seen them both ways.
Yeah,
So,
I think both ways works.
so probably just depend on who was going to use it and what it was going to be for. Then maybe.
Yes, I think last year at Christmas I made 4 or 5 throw-sized quilts, and then I hand tied them because I didn't want to pay for machine quilting, and then I gave that to about 5 or 6 people, and they were all themed to what they might like. So,
Sarah,
but I put fleece backings on those. That's sort of like a minky.
Sarah, I use batting with my minky if it's a light color and you can see through it. But my daughter didn't want batting on hers, and it drapes a little nicer. So see, I guess you could do it either way. Sarah's done it both ways. The minky and no batting. My long armor doesn't care.
And
Well, I've learned something too.
Me
I'm glad
too.
you asked that question, Donna. We all learn something from each other. Who gets a box and what comes monthly? I don't do the boxes because the other ladies have to answer that.
I just get a little envelope with pieces of fabric that's pre-cut and the instructions to put together the blocks for that month. And then after 10 months, it's supposed to be a big quilt.
That's a cotton cuts.
That's the cotton cut one I'm doing.
The cotton cuts puzzle mystery. Yeah.
I've
They've got
never done
pretty
one
big.
before, and it's really nice. I got to pick out the colorway. That was
a lot of
fun.
people who do those.
Whatever you like. Charlotte's asking Becky where she's from. And I can't remember right now where Becky's from. Sometimes I remember. You go on the panel and scare the heck out of Rhonda on her big screen TV. That's funny.
Where is Rhonda tonight?
She's over in the chat.
I'm sorry, Rhonda. Hello. I missed you. Why aren't you up on the panel?
Becky don't get the
Becky doesn't get the boxes. And Catherine says, hi, if your top has lots of seams, you may want to put some thin batting in between. If you don't want to use batting, try good flannel instead. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And Lynn Lockhart says, at Mary, that's great. And Mary Webb says, hi, Catherine. Hi, Mary. And Becky lives near Galveston.
Really, child. Oh, my gosh. I'm not going to step on you while I take my laundry out of the laundry room.
Rhonda says I'm not a full-time RVer.
Yeah, how do you find a room in an RV to quilt?
Very carefully.
But she's not a full-time RVer.
Mm-hmm.
She's good. Well, you've seen Rhonda. She's got that room she sews in with all that stuff on her wall.
Oh, is that our Rhonda?
That's our Rhonda. Yeah.
Oh, the RV Quilt Quest Rhonda. Okay. Well, Rhonda, get on here so we can talk to you. Look at you.
Come on. Out.
And Ginger's asking about Ashley. She's still waiting on more tests, I think.
I thought they had some of that figured out. I worry about that child, and I worry about her doctors. They should have that figured out by now.
Donna, that sounds horrible. The quilt was originally for warmth and comfort for my friend's daughter to use during chemo. I thought it would be soothing, and then I had to order the Minky, and then there was no power, and now my friend's daughter died suddenly.
Oh no, that's awful.
Oh, geez, that's terrible.
I'm sure sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And let's see, J. Mary asked if I heard from Frances. Frances was on here just a few nights ago, wasn't she? Y'all remember seeing she was up here just nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
And visited with us quite a while up here. I've got a knot in my thread.
There we go. I just had to move some laundry to prop you up.
Yes, that's very sad.
I thought I had 4 purples. And I only had 3. I guess I only had 3. I thought I had 4.
Rhonda, what are you so tired from? Did you go shopping today, or what were you so busy doing?
Or was she babysitting? Now,
Oh,
rocking that baby is not going to wear you out too much.
how old is the baby?
Uh, how old is she? She's 6 months now or so. Hey, Pam.
Hey,
Jay Mary says, Rhonda, if you don't have
Pam.
any makeup on, you can just sit further away from the screen. Hi, Charlotte.
That's Pam.
Oh, hey, Pam.
hi. I'm still going through fabric.
Really, Jane? They're
It,
making Ashley wait till Thanksgiving for a colonoscopy and an endoscopy when they suspected Crohn's back in July or August. That's nuts. They should have had her in within 2 weeks to a month for that. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, their schedule's not that busy, especially if she's been that sick. And she's been to the ER how many times for this?
Well, Crohn's is such a chronic thing, though.
Well, it is, but she doesn't have a definitive diagnosis because they were saying it could be her gallbladder, it could be
Oh,
Crohn's,
you
it
must be
could be
talking about
pancreas.
Ashley.
Yes. And so they were trying to come up with a definitive diagnosis if it was a combination of things or if it was actually Crohn's disease. But this has been going on for 2.5 months, I think. And I guess I get frustrated because I went through this in 2018 and it nearly killed me. And I went from 165 pounds to 109 between the end of May and the end of August. And I parked myself at the hospital. And in 2 days, a GI at the hospital had a diagnosis. 2 days after dinking around and changed my life. So I know they can do it if they consider it serious enough.
yeah.
Linda, you'll have to get your quilts out and sit and bind them while we chat. She got 5 to do.
That's right. Linda, if you got 5 to do, let's drag one out and let's get started. That's a big talk, huh?
Maybe we should all get one, and some night everybody that's got a quilt to bind come up here and we'll race.
Okay.
Instead
Will
of a
you
jelly roll race,
Rita, will
it'll
you
be a
pass out
binding
the
race.
Band-Aids?
Oh, I know.
My fingers.
I've got one on my arm. I scraped my arm across a pan today. Looky
We
there.
don't want to talk about
There.
arms.
You ever do that? It was on the quilt machine, and I scraped on a pan and got myself good.
The dog, the door, you name it, I hit it, I bruise or bleed.
Hmm.
I've got Colton's blank quilt ready to sandwich. I got to decide how I'm going to quilt it, either on the long arm or on the sewing machine. Probably the sewing machine.
Now,
I wanted
Pam,
to do it by hand, but
you've got that long arm. You need to use it.
well, I got some ugly fabric on there ready for me to go practice on. And I just hate having to take it off right now and start over again. I got those stencils in the mail finally.
What stencils?
It's a pattern that you sew over, and sort of like she does on the back. I can do this either on the back and follow it, or glue it to the front and sew over it. But they sent me different patterns, and I just put them in. I need to put them in the printer and print them out, so I have enough to make rolls. Or, like I say, do it from behind. But with getting over COVID and everything else, it's been crazy going on. It's just.
Yes, you found me again.
Right now, I've decided to go through fabrics, get rid of stuff that I know I'll never use. Now I have sources to get better fabric. I'm emptying out some of the stuff that I got to practice from charity shops. And I have 2 ladies that want it, so I've got to split it up. And I dug out all the good fabrics I've been buying from everybody. and fitting them in the cabinet and coordinating them. Rita, I'm working on your white on whites right now, putting them on the boards.
Okay.
And
You
I have a
you
2-drawer.
sent me that question the other day, but I couldn't see the fabrics. There wasn't a picture with that question. You asked if you got them for me, but I didn't see them. I just had the message, but no picture.
I
So
figured it out. It's Hobby Lobby.
okay.
They had the fringe on the side, sort of like your white does, and it was throwing me off. Like, where did I get this from?
Mm.
Well, Lynn, she sews on her bindings by hand, but the donated tops, there's so many of them. I've been sewing the bindings on by machine. What donated tops? What are you working on for donations?
If they were donated, I wouldn't go to the trouble to hand
Who's
bind.
that you're talking to, Lynn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lynn's one of the people that I'm giving a bunch of fabric to. And she's done like 600 and something quilts so far, still has some to do.
Woo!
Wow. That's a record. Anybody top that one? I could.
I don't know how big they are, but anyway, some of the stuff I'm sending her, she could use on donated quilts, and some of it's big enough that for small quilts it can be backing. But I'm still going through stuff. I'm really making myself go, turn loose, turn loose. There's a couple of things I've put back and pulled out and put back. Well, now that I'm doing stuff for practice on the long arm, I still need stuff to put on the long arm to practice on.
I would say if you put it back, then it's worth hanging on to, especially if you're getting rid of plenty, you'll have room for it. Can't hurt to hold on to some of it for a little bit longer.
See, 633 quilt tops for displaced fire families is what Lynn says.
Good grief of Friday. That's incredible, Lynn.
And Jay Mary, y'all, I have a confession. I'm an iron seams open versus to the dark side, and now I'm working on a Dresden flower, and I'm ironing any way they lay nice.
Well, show us. Can you show us a picture of it?
The only reason I really don't do open normally is too many quilters have told me the seams, when they sew over areas, that cuts into some of the threads and can open up seams.
Mm-hmm. Linda says she's binding a quilt, hoping to get it done by the end of the weekend, but her finger is getting sore. Probably need to take a break.
Probably.
Oh, I started to tell you, I emptied out the little file cabinet I got. It's just got 2 drawers to it. I'm putting all my whites in there because I've got rid of some of the whites that I got, like I said, at the charity shop that were like a cream, white on cream or whatever. And I had way too many of them. So I parted with some of them, kept a few, and I may go through that again. Oops, here it is. Now that I got some pretty ones from Rita, I'm more tempted to get rid of some of the not so pretty.
Hey, Rita, your prices are really good.
Mm-hmm.
On your, especially those layer cakes. Somebody on one of their lives said tonight, well, there's going to be $40 a layer cake, and you won't have seen a price like that, in a store. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I have. I've seen a whole lot better prices than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a layer cake that I got on a website was having a sale. It's patriotic, and I think I paid $29 for the layer cake. God, I keep forgetting where I put this. And then I got a roll of the matching Patriot jelly roll to go with it.
That's great. Yeah, I haven't got in the mood to do patriotic yet. I'm working on pink stuff and green stuff. And I'll probably get patriotic at least by February.
Okay, how much is this, Rita? Yard and a half.
Well, Marilyn, this is what I'm working on. Because I have 17 so far that want them. And this is my sample.
Oh, how cute.
And it has a pocket. It has a pocket over here you can stick a little surprise if you want to. And I have 30 tops done. So like this,
Wow.
and gold and different colors and different. But I was needing some purple because
Well,
a lady asked me if I could do some purple, and I had to go hunting, and I needed purple for the pockets, and I found these
Good
three
night,
purples.
good night to Randy.
a night, Randy. But I was going to ask Lynn about who does she contact in Western North Carolina to give these quilts to? Do you have contacts there?
I broke my chair, messed me up.
And hello, John. John. Stop by to say hi.
See, these work good in the file cabinet. Just put it down in the file cabinet.
I don't
got all
understand.
my polka
Lynn
dots.
Are you
Go ahead.
following the thread with Lynn? She said, is somebody selling them? And I thought the last thing you said, Lynn, was that you wanted to donate some of these donation quilts to some people that were misplaced or displaced in North Carolina. Hey, John, John, and Mary.
So I have these purple angels because somebody wanted purple, and then I found this purple,
Oh,
and
that's beautiful.
I needed an inside fabric for it, and I did silver and I did gold, and I found
Sarah does. I do QOV.
Is that Quilts of Valor?
Yeah, Quilt of Valor. That had to sink in.
I still got to get a hold of Ian.
Thank you at the Hillbilly Kitchen. Plus, I donated to Samaritan's Purse.
Oh, that'd be a good way to disperse them.
I still got to get a hold of Ian's quilter over in Aledo to do my king size quilt.
Oh, that's a good idea about the service project with Soya. I'm sorry I cut you off there.
I've got a king size quilt that I want to get custom quilted. I put a lot of work in that quilt, and
I'll be right back.
I don't want just a.
We have 6 or 7 conversations going on, don't we? So we have to talk over each other, or we'll miss something over here on the side. So Liam wants to know if Joanne is selling the angels. Please back him with a good lap blanket because it won't slide. That's a good idea. And Sarah, I don't think they're taking quilts yet in Western North Carolina yet. I just sent stuff over for the workers.
Get out of there, though. But I told you not to stay in there.
They're still rescuing and recovering people in Western North Carolina.
Yeah. They're still finding bodies.
Some people they won't find.
No.
Unfortunately, because of how the rivers acted. But yeah, they're still in recovery. But there's so much need. And whoever asked about the angels, yes.
And $750 is a slap in the face, okay?
It is.
What's that for?
That's what Kamala and the Democrats are giving those people in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. And then, was it $5,000 plus other stuff they're giving to the illegals?
Okay, J. Mary says, heads up, y'all. I'm on an internet vacation for about the next week. Got a lot of things to do. I need to pay attention. LOL.
Okay.
So don't wonder where I am.
We always miss you, J. Mary, but you take them internet vacations before, and we'll see you when you come back.
But
so y'all remember when we asked where J. Mary's at, you remind me she's on internet vacation.
Then yes, I do sell them. I do not have a store. I do not want the pressure of a store. But if you really want one, find me on Facebook, send me a message, and we'll do it that way.
What are you doing?
And I'll have about 40 made, and they're all different colors and types, so there'll be plenty to choose from.
Everybody's
Cement.
bugging me to get back to this quilt behind me, and I didn't even know where I put the fabric at. I found it in the file cabinet drawer.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see you finish that one because
Come on.
those blocks are pretty.
Come on. Come on, girl.
I think
Come
I've
on.
got 17 blocks if I counted right. I just don't know how big I'm going to make it. Probably just a little bit over lap size or something.
Well,
Well,
customs.
what about that guy that went in up by Lure Lake? I believe it's North Carolina side, and he went and he found a couple. That he got their signal and they were stranded, and he left his co-pilot because the ground was not the best. Took the wife and landed back, and the sheriff came over and said, "If you go get the husband, I'll arrest you."
Why?
Joanne, can't hear
and
you
it
very
was
well.
it was not restricted airspace at that time or anything like that. He just saw a need, got in his helicopter, and he was a firefighter, rescue trained. I mean, he had all this training, and he told the cops that don't come back with the husband or I'll arrest you. And he says, "Well, I'm not leaving my co-pilot up there."
And his
And he said,
co-pilot was his son, so you couldn't
Yeah.
leave his son.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So he went back and he got his son, and he says, I really feel bad that I didn't just test it and keep rescuing until they took me away. But I don't think they've sorted out why this police officer, because he landed, all these emergency personnel, search and rescue, surrounded him, and they were starting to coordinate and set up a place where he could start getting people. And this officer pulled up and he said, "Break it up now, stop what you're doing, and if you do it, I'll arrest you." And then he made the airspace restricted to outsiders. And it's a big thing because the guy had I mean, it wasn't like some yahoo coming in with a helicopter. He had training in what he was doing and in rescue. I mean, years. But yeah, he had to go get his son. And
But
the only reason
that's just one of the stories. The stories coming out of there about the lack of government and FEMA helping is awful. So
yeah. So there's Teresa, is that unidentified police objects? Yeah. And then the next day they asked him to come back and help. It was just a power trip from a sheriff, but he was worried, because you get arrested in the middle of all of that disaster up there. You could get lost for a while. No internet, spotty internet, electricity.
Well, I know it's later where you are, but I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to say goodnight.
I'm going to keep working on this for a little while longer myself.
But it's a pleasure to visit with you all, and thank you. Good night.
I don't like that much getting to the next corner. So
Good. All right. Bye, Joanna. Bye, Pam.
come back and visit again soon.
Thanks,
Yes,
Rita.
ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night. My light bulb blew out. Oh, come on.
Sure, that's
Teresa, you are leaving us too. Good night to Teresa.
Good night, Teresa. Yeah.
Gigi says the governors need to do like DeSantis did and told FEMA they didn't need them not to come to his state.
It's a mess. It's a mess. But FEMA's been a mess for a while, and the last president gutted FEMA in many ways. So it's a whole long string of things, and nobody. It's a mess.
They better start finding some trees somewhere to make some lumber for all these houses that are going to have to get rebuilt.
Well, a lot of those mountain people aren't leaving, so yeah.
I remember every time go to the lumber store, if there'd been a hurricane or whatever, this or that in Florida or somewhere, prices would jump like crazy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'd come back down a little bit and sometimes not.
But I'm hearing that a lot of those people didn't have flood insurance, so they don't have insurance to rebuild with.
Yeah.
Don't have money to rebuild.
I don't know if y'all watch. I don't watch him, but I just happened to click on him today. Justin Rhodes homesteading.
I watched that today too. It was pretty long video of as the water was coming up. Is that the one you saw from a couple of days ago during the flood?
Well, there was one I saw, yeah, where they went out and the creek was coming up and the house is up on the hill.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that was them or not, but all I know is the one I saw today, it came up and was wiping everything out. And they're like big people when it comes to the homesteading community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like, whatever he did, you try it.
Yeah.
So,
Because they were out there pulling the chicken tractors around, and
right.
they lost a bunch of turkeys, and I guess the cows and the sheep was up on the side of the mountain or the hill, but no.
Well, this was this was enough rain for 3 to 5 Septembers. This was a 1,000-year event, and the problem was nobody expected it. And by
Well,
the time they thought about it,
I believe they can manipulate the weather if they want to. So there, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I think they may have on this one. So
anything is possible, Miss Rita.
When it comes to election year, that's amazing how something always major happens.
Mm-hmm. But the big problem was whatever brought the rain in the day before. That was a torrential amount and saturated everything in Western Carolina and Eastern Tennessee and those areas. Then when Helene actually came through, it just that's what combined. And like some of the people in the mountain going, should we have evacuated? And they're going, well, if we had by the time we knew what was going on, how many people would we have lost because you have one road in?
Joanne, it's hard to hear you, or at least it's hard for me to hear you.
So, there's all this second guessing, but they're right. There's a lot of communities up there where you basically have one route in. So at the point to where they were like, we should evacuate.
I still haven't forgotten what happened in that Lahaina. What, last year was it? So the governments can do anything and get by
with
that? Those fires in Hawaii, in Lahaina.
Oh, yeah.
Hawaii. Yeah.
And the guy that didn't send the alarm because the alarm was for tsunamis, not fires.
And did you see some of the pictures out there? That wasn't normal.
Oh, people were there and witnessed it, that it had to do with the electrical grid, and that's where it started.
And all those kids that just had to be home from school that day, they never have said how many children died.
I think that was started with them direct energy weapons. Anyway, I better hush, or I'll get my channel took down, won't I?
Anyway. I live in North Carolina, Charlotte. I've lived here since 1992. This has been my home, but I live on the coastal side. And I was just in the mountains on the 5th and 6th of September. So, yeah. And I've been through some hurricanes, Florence. And
Donna, they are getting proven true. Katrina was suspicious. I agree with you guys. And good night, Sarah. She says it's 10. Been a long day. Got to get to bed. So good night, Sarah.
Matter of fact, we've got family in Georgia and Florida. My husband has a brother and a sister in both those states. Needs to probably call and check on them. That hadn't heard anything from the other brothers and sisters about anything.
But whatever it is,
it's a long piece of fabric.
God's still in control, and that's where the hope and the stay is, and that's where you get the strength to go on, in my opinion.
Went off cockeyed. Well, I tell you, this ironing gets hot over here in this corner. The iron gets hot.
Dresden flour, yeah.
No, I don't have my dyes yet, so I can't use my Quilt yet, Rachel.
Oh,
I
did
have
you
an
buy one of those?
Quilt.
I did, but they sent the machine, but not the dyes that I ordered to go with it.
Yeah, Fabric Patch has been demonstrating some kind of cutting machine that they've got. But I knew I wasn't going to get one, so I haven't been watching.
I picked up an Quilt Pro that's in new condition, but it had nothing but the cutter for $5 at an estate sale a couple years ago. But I just haven't had the money to put into dyes and mats and all kinds of things like that, so it's sitting on the shelf. But the lady, it was getting late in the day, and I asked the son, I said, how much do you want? And they said, well, they pillaged all the dyes and the mats and all the
Lucy,
parts
what do you
to
got?
go with it.
Lucy?
You know, how much you give me for it? And I said, well, how about $5? Because it started to rain, and he said, take it. And I'm like, okay, I got the machine. Eventually, I'll get some dyes and whatever and figure out how to use it. But it's small, sitting up there
I
on the
got
shelf.
2 Cricut machines I've never even turned on. I bought the first one for my daughter-in-law to use, and I thought I wanted her to teach me how to do it. She never did, and when she moved, I got it back from her.
Yeah, I've got a Cricut machine, and I've not used it either. And I thought I would when I got it. I told my husband to get it for me for my birthday, but I didn't use it.
Well, I got one at the charity shop for $75 that it's an express, I don't know, or a better one than the one that I bought. I was going to give it to my daughter, and then I was mad at her at Christmas time, and then the house burned down. So I was like, it's a good thing I didn't give it to her. Well, that's crooked. I'm going to have to take it off to cut it next time I get ready, but I'm too tired of fighting with it.
Evening, Rachel. All right, I'm going to take a few minutes break, Miss Rita, and leave you.
Okay.
Miss Pam, but I'm not gonna sign off. I'm just gonna listen for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll come back before you say goodnight. I just need to go get some meds and stretch my hip and take care of Alzheimer's dog.
But she stopped buying them. They are expensive.
I've got the one of those that I got it again at the charity shop. It's one of those that you crank, but I need to get some dies that I wanted to use. I mainly got it to cut hexies with, but I have to buy the die to go with it and the plate.
Do the Cricuts cut? No, Cricuts don't even do fabric, do they? Not really.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Okay. See, I
I
don't know.
remember
You
they
don't
did.
even know nothing about mine to speak of.
Because my daughter-in-law used it to cut leather out. She was making those teardrop looking earrings. Okay, I'm echoing.
Cut. It's like a Cricut, but more for fabric.
Okay, this is 2 yards from Rita. See what I do, Rita? I put on there how much I paid for it and who I bought it from and how much yardage is on it.
Okay. See, you're so organized. Y'all would be shocked at how messy I am. So.
Oh, honey, you ought to see this room. I started this last year or a year before last because Becca did it in her sewing room whenever she got her garage converted. It's $10 per yard. And I got 2 yards.
Karen Evans, I have a Cricut, but I haven't cut fabric with it, only vinyl. I
just got to sit down and learn how to do it, and That's my biggest problem.
And Maureen says with the scan and cut, you can put in a paper pattern and have the machine cut it for you. It's very accurate. I bought it to work with my embroidery machine.
All right.
Charlotte's asking Becky where she is. Becky is in close to Galveston, Texas, is what she told us a little while ago.
Hold on a second. I'm going to scoot you in so I can get by. I finally got some legal papers in on that land there in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever for the Texas lawyer and the cousin to file the right paperwork with the lawyer in Arkansas for him to give me the paperwork to turn everything over to me. That was almost a year, just that alone.
So is it yours for sure now?
Nope. I
No?
just got the paper, all the legal paperwork for me to sign to say I'm in charge of it now, of the legal stuff. So I got to take it and get it notarized. So I'm going to have to go do that Monday or so.
But you need to follow up with it and get it done because it's worth something to you. So.
Yeah. My husband keeps saying, "Where are you in a hurry? Where are you in a hurry?"
Well,
I just want to get it done and over with.
mm-hmm.
The lawyer's got $4,000 on hold. And the longer it takes that he has to do anything, the more money it's going to cost.
Well, that's right too. Yeah.
So,
do you plan on trying to sell it after you get it?
at some point, yes. My son wants to go up there and take his side-by-side and his, what do you call that thing in the air? Drone.
Mm-hmm.
And check it out. I don't know if my dad bought it sight unseen or he went there and picked it out to know whether it was flat land or nothing. I didn't know about it until after he passed away. So I never had a chance to talk to him about it. But all I know is he's had it for generations, decades. Not generations, but decades. My cousin might be mad as why it took so long to get the paperwork from her.
Oh,
she probably thought she was going to get it.
Probably.
They didn't know about me.
You know, everybody gets greedy, selfish, whatever how you want to put it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he had in the bank or whatever, but I just know that she got the house and whatever else. The house is from the 50s, so it wasn't worth that much. An old neighborhood. I got to figure out what she's chewing on. That's driving me crazy. Lucy, what do you have? Let me see. What you got?
Probably.
You got your cow foot.
Probably something. I was going to say might have been something of yours, but
no, it's the cow hoof. I should have known from the smell of it. When she chews on it, it stinks. I'm really tempted. I've got a drawer full of scraps that are like pieces that have been folded that I got from here and there, whatever charity shop or something along the way. And I'm just like, will I use those or do I just need to donate them? And I've got so many plastic drawers in this room. I need to go through and condense everything that's in these drawers. Like this one's got, finally I had to go to Walmart yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? Yesterday. I'm telling you, my days are running together. I got stuff stacked up and everywhere in the kitchen that I need to finish putting away. Anyway, they've already gone through my Walmart and it's all folded stuff now hanging on the walls. And it's pretty bare. They got the hooks up there. But last year, I think it was, I got this stuff on clearance, this Pioneer Woman. It's
Okay.
been sitting in a drawer, so I've decided to move it and put it with the rest of the fabrics
Mm.
while I'm downsizing the room. I want to be ready for the move. The year is finally getting close that we're doing it.
So are you going to sell and move, or do you have another place you ready building a new house? What did you say you
We're
were
going to
going?
move to Graham. It's a small country town, like this town used to be years ago. And my son, his wife, and my granddaughter lives there. But yeah, we just want to get back to small town living. This town, everywhere you look, they're either building high-rise type apartment buildings or housing developments, and the roads here are not suited for all the traffic. The main street is congested all the time.
Huh.
Dang it. What the heck are you hanging up on? Trying to get these cardboard things out of here. Shoot. It's hanging on the fabric or something. Anyway, I told myself today, since the last 2 times I ran into Walmart recently, that no, you're not going in. You're not going in the craft area.
Yeah, but then you did.
I broke down and sort of went around the corner and went, okay, it's too late. I figured since I was making room.
Oh, you'd buy some more since she's making room.
Well, it just depends on what it was and how good it was. And now I got to figure out where to put this at. I'm trying to get everything organized by colors and polka dots and stripes since I bought all that gingham. Not gingham, but yeah, gingham.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want to put this?
Mary Webb, I haven't seen Jackie either. Can't remember. She said she was. I don't know where Jackie's at.
Yeah, there ain't been any flooding or anything going on around here. So she should be all right as far as that. Do I have room in here? Sort of.
And Becky uses the cardboard to wind things on. And Jan says, I was going to tell Rita I have the small stripology ruler and I fold my fabric a couple of times. So I have about 6 layers and my 45 rotary cutter fits in the slots just fine and is very useful.
Oh, I'm just going to put this all right here with the other floral stuff.
She quilts and teaches you how to use your embroidery machine. They're talking about that Becky. I watch that Becky some. She just knows a lot about everything.
Whoops, that's too hard. That's another empty drawer. Yeah, there's a lady that's passed away now that used to do a lot of cricket work. And she died during COVID. They were in Las Vegas for something, and she got it there.
Okay.
Her name is similar to the lady that died of cancer that did all the knitting, Melody Ham or whatever her name was. Anyway, I need to look her up.
And Charlotte says she's got a question for you, Pam, but I don't see the question yet. Ask her, Charlotte, and I'll read it to her if she don't see it. And let's see. Good night. Is Gigi leaving? Good night, Gigi. Good night, Jan. Jan leaving us too.
Oh, I didn't see that on mine's not moving. I don't know why on my phone. Gigi's quilting was on here, Carol.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a Dear John quilt?
What's a Dear John quilt?
That's what Charlotte asked. Now it's popped up there, and I don't see it. Can't see the question now. Oh, Wayne's still here. Hey, Wayne. Oh, Jan's not leaving. Okay, sorry.
No,
Dear Jane, I meant Dear Jane, I meant not Dear John.
okay. Which one are you talking about? The behind me? Or
Yeah, I thought that one behind you was just a sampler quilt, wasn't it?
it is. It's from those quilt blocks like you sell.
Yeah, I know, because it was fun to watch you pick one and start sewing.
I just need to get back in the mood, and I'm trying to get myself there. You know, it's just been a rough since April.
Yeah, I know. It's been rough for you. No doubt about that.
And getting my sojo back. That's why I'm working on getting my room organized where I feel better in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And Charlotte, don't you remember when she'd take that little box and she'd pick a card out of it, and that's the block she would make? Yeah. That's the way she did those blocks.
Yeah, and I got to a block that stumped me. I put it in the envelope and put it away. That's what I said. I needed to get back into it, but I couldn't find the fabric. Well, it was over in that file cabinet drawer. I thought I had new fabric shoved in that drawer that would come in from you or Soya.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was trying to decide what I was going to do, and I thought, the whites would be great over there. Number one, I can see them in the light better than in the cabinet. Mm-hmm. And since some of them are cream on white or white on cream and not very clear, and I'm getting rid of some of them, but this quilt happens to have one of those that I got from the thrift shop. It's sort of a creamier on a cream. And I've used it in this one, and I want to make sure I keep enough aside to finish this, however I'm going to finish it. Because I didn't want a bright white on here. But if you look at it carefully, it's got little tiny design in it. Because your fabric here is creamy background.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to compete against it. Yes, I will get back to it. I have lots and lots of that fabric from Rita. I have to do something with it. I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, sew it up so you can buy some more.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what I've got that and don't got. And some of the stuff I got from Soya, after re-looking at it again, I'm like, some of it was really nice and some of it wasn't.
Now read my question.
Okay, what did I get, Rita? 1.5 yards, I think it was. 1.5 yards from Rita. This is that flowery stuff.
Charlotte says, Pam, read my question, but I'm not seeing the question.
Okay, hold on. My problem is it's not moving my chat on my phone. The last thing I see is the thing that I asked somebody else. I wonder if I stopped the thing on.
I didn't see the question that Charlotte was asking. I thought we'd saw them and commented on it already, but guess we missed one. Because I keep looking down to make these stitches, so I know I'm missing.
Okay, I reset my phone so the chat would move. So I'll go back and look.
Vance Ware.
Are you talking about? It says which Vance, which state? The only Vance I know is JD Vance. She's talking about Pam's quilt pieces. Okay. The only thing I saw was about the Dear John or Jane, whatever
You Jane, yeah.
question.
Oh.
Pam question. Okay, go back up farther.
Charlotte, we're stumped. We're trying to, Pam's trying to figure it out.
You're very welcome.
I thought you said you were moving to Vance. That's what she said.
Oh, no. Graham. I don't know even where Vance is. Would be. Okay. No, Graham is just below Wichita Falls in Texas. It's a little town that's been around since cowboys and Indians.
So up closer to Oklahoma? I mean, that where that'd be?
Well, it's headed that way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dallas is Fort Worth over here, and then Graham and stuff would be up over here. More west, northwest.
Okay.
I'd be closer to Arkansas.
Well, yeah, but you're going north, you said.
Well, northwest. It'd still be upper.
Uh-huh. And she said, oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I wish I could get around better. My granddaughter really wants to go compete with her horse, and her dad's not home enough to travel with her, and I could drive. It's just getting out there and physically doing a lot of stuff with her and the horse is going to be hard for me. I'm no good on unstable ground. 1.5 yards from Rita at $10 per yard. That's that flowery stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty, though.
It is. I just got to figure out what I want to do with it. It's got to be something that needs a sort of a bigger block.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. That goes in my flowery section.
Yeah.
You might say I like flowers since a lot of this is flowers. Okay, what's next?
Well, I'm gonna take off, Miss Rita, and try and get this hip calmed down. But thank you again for the box, and I'll get a hold of Mona and all the encouragement. And I should be ready to do a live as soon as they verify me.
Okay.
It's
All
like,
right.
oh, they unlocked me. But then they said, now you got to verify you're not a robot.
Well, it's a coming along. You'll get there.
It is. It is. It is. But I really appreciate it. I do. I'm very grateful. It's a great community.
Now, here's one thing of scrap large pieces and folds. I've got a panel I bought that I forgot I even had. See, that's what I mean. I need to remind myself what I have. I bought this last year from Fabric Patch.
And Joanna's gone. Bye-bye, Joanna. Good night.
See? Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty. That's a horse. Was that for your granddaughter? Gonna be?
I haven't made up my mind. I've got a cowboy granddaughter and a sort of a wannabe cowboy grandson.
Uh-oh.
That's another reason why I'm moving to Graham. give him the opportunity. If he wants to do that, he can come and do it. Because my son's got 100 acres and lots of land around it that he's got use of for trail rides and stuff. And next year they'll start hopefully working on that dam in Palapino County. They're enlarging the state park lake. And he may be working, he showed the company he's working for that they're going to start doing that dam. So hopefully they're going to get it. It'll be closer to home.
Yeah. Good night, Donna. We'll see you next time.
And he's hoping my grandson can get on out there. I just need to send this stuff off to somebody. I mean, this isn't scraps. It's some of it's bigger than others. And some of it's just shoot. It's like taking restock of your life. I'm taking restock of my fabric.
But you have to get rid of the old stuff to have room for the new stuff, because new stuff comes out that's pretty new.
And I've got some stuff like this, which was somebody's samples that they showed at a store. And it's really cute. It's a whole line of a little cowboy line.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it'd be good for, I got a whole bunch of this that make a cute little baby blanket. Looks like fabric from the 50s for cowboys.
Oh, that's cute then. I can't
See?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like a bunch of pieces that might have been from a sampler for a store to look at. So, and I just forgot I had those. Too many projects, too short of time.
I know it.
See, that's big enough to go on a board. Yep, that's at least a yard something.
Well, I've got one more side to do. I don't know if I'm going to make it tonight or not. I'm going to stay a few more minutes.
Oh, I knew I had that fabric somewhere. I saw that somewhere. Where did I see that at? I kept saying something. I guess. Oh, probably Michael's. I saw some fabric and I says, that looks familiar.
Yeah. That would be another way to organize the fabric. Put the small pieces that coordinate together. That'd be a good idea too.
Ooh.
Especially if you knew that your plan was to use it all to get those pieces together.
Yeah. I have in baggies in some places where I only had a certain big size fabric and like it had deer or something on it and I cut, or squirrels or whatever it was, I would cut out fussy cut so I could use that for like the center in a baby quilt or something.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all in baggies somewhere.
And Wayne says he's got to go custom screen printing. So good night, Wayne. I still haven't finished what I'm working on, so I'm going to hang in here a few more minutes. Because I sure would like to be done with this.
I bought some fabric from Temu that it's all right for some sewing, but it's.
And Joan says she's going to call it a night. Y'all are all leaving me. They're all leaving us, Pam. Can't say as I blame them. I'm tired too.
I've done a load of dishes, about 3 loads of laundry, and some other stuff. I had to lay down a couple of times to let my back get better.
Let's see. We've been on here an hour and we've been on 2 hours. We'll go
You
just
have, I haven't.
well, I have. I don't think I've got up out of this chair for 2 hours.
Well, I found another drawer bigger than the last drawer full of folded fabric.
Uh-oh.
Little pieces of folded fabric.
Mm.
Oh, it's wolf panel make me so sick. I had a problem with mice a year ago or so in here. And it's one of the panels that they decided to chew some holes in it.
Okay. It was Joanna tonight that said mice had chewed up some of her good stuff.
Yeah.
I think before you come on.
Well, I used to feed the cat in here, and some of this stuff wasn't getting closed properly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the mice were hiding food into the cabinets. And I had a wicker dresser drawer in here that they were getting in from behind, and they made a mess in that.
Oh, Rhonda says, I'm still here, but not awake. I hear you, Rhonda. I've done that before, sat down with the laptop in my lap, and next thing I know, I'm asleep.
I need to find a place to put this stuff and use this drawer for other stuff. I'm a collector of notebooks, tablets, and other stuff. Date books that I never use. I try to remember to get the ones that just have a blank. It says September, and you put in the date and the year.
Uh-huh.
Because I never get around to use them like I'm supposed to. Here's a composition book. Last year, I guess it was last year, I ordered composition books from Amazon because they were all gone in the store. The high school here waits until school starts, and then each teacher give you a list of what they want. Well, by that time, a lot of stuff is sold out.
Yeah.
So I just bought like 10 or so composition books. And I told my grandson, this should last you until you get out of school. That way we won't ever have to worry about that problem again. What's the tape? What do I want to put in this drawer? That drawer does not go with this cabinet. I forgot what happened to that drawer. I did some garbage digging the other day. There was one of these plastic cabinets, you know, that you can use for file drawers or whatever. It was in somebody's trash along with a computer, a printer, a computer desk that was broke down into parts, a lamp. And I left to go to the store, and I saw that plastic 3-drawer container there. And I thought, if that's still there when I get back. Sure enough, it was still there. So it's laying out in my front yard because it's really dirty, and I need to wash it. The one thing I like about it, though, you can pull the drawer either from the front or the back. So you can set it somewhere that you can get it to it either way.
Yeah, either side. And Maureen says her and RV are still hanging in there here. Thank you for hanging with us. I don't know how many more minutes I'm going to hang, but it probably ain't going to be very many more. I've got this seam right here, and I'm kind of wanting to get past it before I stop for the night. Because I don't like doing the seams out.
Good.
But that means I've got to go that far. So can I do it? I don't know.
That drawer doesn't work very good there. I know what I'm going to use this one for right now. Kansas City Trouble. all this in here. So I can just pull it out when I want to work on it.
So Chad ain't moving. Y'all comment over there, so I know who all still over there. I know Maureen is and Rhonda is, but who else is over there in chat? Are you still awake? Y'all might be asleep. M switch you also. There. So Marilyn's still here, and Charlotte, that quilt behind me is called Tangled. It's made with a jelly roll. It's kind of cute, but I haven't worked on it lately. Karen Evans is still here.
Lord, my body hurts.
Lynn's still here trying to find Joanna on Facebook.
Did she ever decide what her new name was going to be?
It's Joe's Creative Wanderings. Karen's still here. And Jane Martin and Catherine. Still 50 in here. There is still 50. Carol Rushow is still here. I've got to go get me some good sleep tonight so I can go back and work on Karen's quilt tomorrow. That's on the long arm.
Whoops. Just drop that.
Mary Webb's still here. I made it to the seam. Let me go past it. Where I've joined the two binding edges together. Almost past it. Yeah, Karen, I'm anxious to get back up there and work on that quilt. It's looking so pretty. That's a beautiful quilt.
Okay, that can work for now. Oh, I'm tired. Organizing stuff can wear you out, brain-wise and physically wise.
I usually make a bigger mess when I try to organize it, but
Well, I've cleaned out this corner behind me, and it's full of stuff again. Because I'll go, whatever, or I can't get to where I need to, so I'll just set it over there. That's how it got messy to start with. Oh, crap, I forgot a book. Oh.
Marilyn says, second day of our quilt retreat, my roommate conked out on you.
Okay, that's 1 yard, so it'll go on a board. That's pretty.
That is pretty. Yeah.
I like dark backgrounds and with flowers because it just seems to show up so much better.
Mm-hmm. I was working on Karen's quilt today, and I'd sent her a message or two on Facebook, and then I decided to take a break, and I got these little package of peanut butter and crackers, and I started eating them and had a glass of tea, and my cell phone went to doing the messenger where you see people when you talk to them, and it was Karen, and here I was with my mouth full. And I had to answer. She knew I was there because I'd been typing messages to her. So I answered, and I told her, so you caught me eating these crackers and my mouth's full. But anyway. So Marine's asking Marilyn where her quilt retreat is. Oh, Lynn says there's about 50 Joanna Jennings on Facebook.
Oh, chest. $2. 1 yard.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you, Lynn. Hail, the gang's all here, yeah. 52, the number went down, but now it's coming back up. I think y'all woke back up.
God, that shirt keeps crawling up every time I get up and down. It keeps climbing up my waist.
But I'm fixing to conk out on Maryland. I went past where I put that binding together. So I'm gonna call it a night too, Pam. How about you?
I am too. I'm turning off my plug right now that turns everything off.
Okay.
I have everything plugged into one plug, so I can just turn it off.
And it's been nice visiting with everybody tonight. This Friday night, but we're too old to stay up late. Too hard. Got to get up and get busy the next morning, so we can't stay up all night.
You do enough in one day for my 2 or 3 days.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I get lazy.
I don't get up and get going good until around 12 because it takes so long for me to get to sleep. And then depending on how many times I have to get up and go through the bathroom or just can't. Oh, I had my shoulder x-ray where I fell. They said that there's nothing broke there, but there's an old fracture on a rib that's healed. So the next step is to do an MRI. I told her, I said, right now I couldn't do surgery if they wanted to. So there's no sense bothering getting an MRI right now.
No. Oh, Marilyn's going to conk out on us too. And Mary Webb says, night, Rita and Pam and everyone. Thanks for the chat. Well, I thank all you guys for the chat. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night, Pam. And we'll
Good
see
night,
you.
Miss Rita.
We'll see each other again soon. That's what I tell everybody. It won't be long. We'll be back on here again.
Yeah.
Bye,
everybody.
Good night.